Hi, I'm Beth with TV Properties Buys Land. This video is a part of our series on land seller pitfalls. And what I'm going to discuss today is when you're working with a land investor, a land buyer who doesn't actually plan to buy your property. So right now there's a growing trend in the land investor industry where they are offering really high prices to purchase your land. So when you have a couple different letters that come in, you say, I'm going to go with this person, they're going to pay me the most. But they don't actually intend to buy your property right away. So what they'll do is maybe it's buried in that contract that they're going to market your property before the closing date. That might sound innocent enough, but what if they don't sell your property or they don't line up a buyer before they actually purchase your property? So they just keep pushing your closing date back and back and back. If they never end up finding a buyer for the property, then they don't plan to close with you. And what does that do to you? That means that maybe you had intended to sell your property in maybe, a month because of the title company, but it's pushed back to 6 weeks to 2 months, and then you never end up selling it. What if your property is up in an area where it's snowy or it's hard to get to, or it's the rainy season? Now you've just lost 1, 2+ months of time in which you could have sold your property. Maybe you were counting on that money to pay off a bill or to use it for something to purchase, and now you don't have that. Okay, so what are some things that you might be able to do to protect yourself? This isn't legal advice, but if you're working with a new land investor, new to you, make sure that you understand what title company the contract is going to and get in touch with that title company. Call the title company, ask them, hey, what's the file number for the property going from me to so-and-so, the land investor? And follow up with them. Okay, when is my title commitment going to be in for me to review? Are we ready for closing? And keep pushing on that. That's your property and you have the right to be involved and to ask those questions, and you have the right to talk to the title company and get that information, okay? Also, the most important thing is to read that purchase agreement. What exactly does it say in there? Does it say that they can market the property while they're trying to sell it? Are you okay with that? Do they have a reputation of actually buying the property? So those are some things to look into. Here at TB Properties Buys Land, we always close through a title company, but we purchase your property outright. So we're not going to be, most times we don't market. I'm trying to think of any time we've marketed before we've actually bought a property. We don't tend to do that. But our plan is to purchase your property through title. We have a very simple purchase agreement. It's just one page, and it says that we're going to buy your property. It shows a date. It shows the title company we're going to work with. We copy you on the email to the title company so that you have that contact information, so that you know who the contact is there, and you can call them up or email them at any time. So if you get a really too good to be true offer to purchase your property, those might be some things to consider, to look into, and to make sure that you don't have that pitfall of working with somebody who doesn't intend to actually buy your property. I hope that makes sense. I hope that helps. Please feel free to reach out to us if you've got land that you'd like to sell. We buy 10+ acres all over the country, and we always close through title. We pay in cash. Thanks again.